I need you to remind and not remind when I don't need you to remind. You forget.
Yep.
Because you don't listen.
There we go. We are now
Unless you think
live.
it's your idea.
We are live.
If you think it's your idea, then you're.
Huh?
Okay. She was telling me that she tells me things a lot of times knowing that doesn't matter because I will forget. I have a bad habit of forgetting. And she's like, unless it's your idea. If it's your idea, for some reason it sticks in your head.
Well, there was one idea that you were having for me one time, and then you didn't do it, and I'm like, yes, he forgot. But apparently you were probably drunk that night. I don't really know. You were gonna do something. I'm like, no, you're not. And then later on you forgot about it. I was like, there we go. I won't get in trouble by Stealthy. Because you had some ideas.
I want to know what the idea is. I'm gonna figure it out now.
It's like you not doing that. There's just no. But anyways, thank you for all those who are here. Thank you for all those coming to check it out. This is the BearThoughts podcast. We go live every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Central PST time here at Grumpy B Gaming on YouTube. We used to go live on Twitch, but we're not there no more. So for those who are watching this, the VODs, thank you for doing that. Go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and of course, check out some other videos. Hope y'all are enjoying that. I hope we have another video with that for you other day. I was just trying to, I got a recording done. I got to figure out how to do it. I don't know if you've ever seen on YouTube before those reaction videos. Have you seen reaction video before?
I may have and not realize that's what I seen.
Well, pretty much the premise of it is somebody takes a video, watches the entire thing, reacts to it, responds to it, and get their things and thoughts on it. And the last death battle, which is a death battle I've been asking for forever. I mean, literally since I've been watching Death Battle, Hulk versus Brawly. Now, without giving you too much of an idea, who do you think would have won that battle? Tough, isn't it?
I don't know. That's a hard one.
That's a hard one.
That's not an easy one to say.
Like, I did not think it would come down to the way it did. And I'm not gonna spoil anything here. And of course, if you don't want to see my review, I gotta get the review going. I promise. Like, I gotta have the way to get around the whole copywriting of it, because I am playing the video, but I'm not playing the video entirety throughout the entire thing. Like, I'm not like just letting it play and I'm just shutting up and letting it play and then giving my reviews. I'm constantly stopping the video and giving my thoughts and stopping it, giving my thoughts, and I'm constantly doing this thing over and over again. And hopefully, like, you know, that lets me do, because that's pretty much everybody else does, and that's what I did. But it keeps us saying I'm being blocked, so I gotta figure out what I gotta do to get around that, because people do, like, some people literally, there's an entire channel, it's nothing but reaction. That's it. That's all I do, is just react to other people's actual content without really giving very much of their input other than ooh and ah, ha 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 ha, and that's interesting, or whatever, and then they just keep on playing the video, and they get, like, that's how they get their kicks off. And I'm trying to put some thoughts here, because I know about Hulk, because Hulk is literally, it's kind of a joke in my house. I said before, I have a closet full of Hulk figurines that I've collected over the years, that I kind of like. Hulk's my favorite Marvel character, but also I have tons of Dragon Ball Z figurines. Though I only have one of Brawly, which I do want. I want a badass Brawly figurine. I've always loved the Brawly, since, you know, the original Dragon Ball Z series and of course the movie. Love that. Of course, only thing you can find in America is nothing but Dragon Ball Z stuff. So they can find Brawly figurines would be easy to find, considering. I'd just say it's a nice mug. How much was that mug? Just curious. I'm not a. I can see, like, it literally see. Yeah, I can see the bottom of it.
$16.
$16. Is it one of those changing color mugs, or is it just like
No, it's just solid black, and it has a really popped out red. And if you can't feel it, but that red is inset.
Okay, so it's inward instead of like popped outwards and painted on top of.
Right. They kind of did like what I would call like an engraving etching of the thing, and then they painted the inside of it.
Okay. So you really are a Transformer fans. Now, I don't know if you ever seen when you were younger. He's my little boy right there, my old English. Do you remember which one was your favorite Transformers? Let me just ask you that. What was your most iconic Transformers? I'll tell you mine, and you probably be like, "What?" It's weird. Okay, just let me just say it like that. Do you have a favorite?
I would
I'm
have
having
to say my
phones.
favorite. My favorite was definitely Optimus.
Not the famous one, but series. That makes sense.
Oh, the series? Which series? Beast Wars was great.
Oh, great minds think alike, I guess. Cause yeah, Beast Wars was awesome, and people like that was a weird one. I'm like, I loved it.
I
Like,
loved Beast Wars, and I loved the one that come after that when they went back to Cybertron. I love both of those.
yeah, Cybertron was okay for me. That's actually legitimately that was like the last one I watched. But Beast Wars was still far my favorite. I don't know what was something about Optimus Prime being a gorilla. It just tickled my fancy. Just like I thought, like it looked horrible, but you go back and watch Beast Wars. Oh my goodness, it did not age well. But when I saw it as a kid, that was pinnacle of this entertainment. Finding
Yeah.
her, I'm sorry, somebody saying here, or upset, or he thinks it's his idea. What? Oh yeah, that thing. She Southie's in the chat, so sorry for those who can't see that. I'm just gonna go to this screen anyways. So Beast Wars. Who was your favorite character out of the primes in that one? Was it Optimus as well?
Well, it was a toss up between Prime and what was the dino? The Raptor.
The Raptor. I think that was the bad guy's sidekick.
But
Soundwave.
yeah, no, he was like the Starscream of them. But he left them and went to the good side.
Yeah,
Remember?
that was the sidekick. That was that he
What
went
was his name?
we got to look it up. We got to look it up. Give me a moment. Give me a moment, boys.
Crap.
But that was the bad guy's
Right hand man.
yeah, that was his right hand man. Let's see, Beast Wars, Transformers. There we go. But yeah, I remember like he was getting bullied so much, and he was kept getting misappreciated over and over and over again. Eventually, he just said, forget this. Now the cheetah was interesting. I'll bring up here for those who can't see it.
His name was Cheetor. I remember
Cheetor,
that.
boy howdy. Did this anime? I mean, not anime. Did this cartoon just not age well? I'm trying to get it up here so y'all can see it, but I'm having a hard time. Here we go. I think I can pull it up here now. It's gonna be on your side though. Maybe if it shows. Yeah, here it goes. Okay, so so here's some of them back then. This was always an interesting one with all the multi arms. Also a bad guy, I believe. The spider one. We had the T-Rex, which is the main bad guy. Optimus Prime was a gorilla. There was just a bunch of interesting things, but I'm trying to find him. I thought the gorilla one. I don't know why. I just loved the gorilla one. There would have been a bear in there. It'd been even better for me.
Yeah, they had Cheetor, and then they had the rat trap. Remember?
Oh yeah,
Little rat.
I still think a Transformer movie with Beast Wars would be pretty legit. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. That would be awesome.
Just go all out and just that would just be great. Now the toys from that generation were I believe I had one, but I can't remember who he was. I just remember it broke on me really easy. I mean, really easy. It was very cheaply made. And I was upset about it. I think I was just, as far as I remember my childhood, I had one and it snapped this arm. Like, I don't know, have you ever had Transformers that just break on you really easy? Because I had like one or two that just could not survive.
Yeah, I had a couple of them. Soundwave back when he was the original little purple tape deck. You transformed him into a tape deck and you transformed him back.
Yeah.
And for some reason that door for the tape deck area it would fall off. It would break easy.
Yeah, that just I don't know if it was just because it was American toys, but yeah, I didn't really have very much luck with American toys. Now I did see some speaking of toys. I don't know if you remember these things called popples when we were younger.
Yes, I had some popples.
I had me one of those big plushy popples, big plushy,
Yeah.
and you could
Yep.
float it into itself into a ball. And I saw it the other day. There's a pop figurine of a popple. I'm like, it's a pop figurine of pop. I don't like pop figurines that much, but like, I didn't know. Like, I thought it was like my mind just playing tricks on me. I thought every time I talk to somebody about popples, it'd be like, "What popples? What is this you talking about?" I'm like, "How do you not know about popples?" This is like living my childhood. I had a VS set. I had a fucking plushie. I love that thing.
Popples were awesome. Turn them into a pillow and lay your head on them, pop them bitches out, and make them into a character in whatever game you were playing. It didn't matter.
Oh man, it was such an interesting little premise. It's like they were like little gremlins in a world that in a human world that you never saw them, but they were always getting up to some mischief thing and always messing with one. And I remember one specifically episode where they mess up the washer machine and the entire house started getting flooded with bubbles. Like very very vividly. I remember this thing, and I saw the pop figurine. I'm like, so I wasn't crazy. I'm not crazy. That was a thing.
Yep.
I knew it. I was like back in my mind. I thought it would be one of those alternate dimension where it was that where like you're trying to remember the name of it, where you remember something, and when you bring it to someone else, they don't remember that, or they do remember it, but it's something else entirely. And then you go back and try to look it up, and it's not that no more. It's what they're saying. What is that called? It's a phenomenon. Like the Berenstein Bears phenomenon. Huh? Not on me. Right here, honey. I think. Yeah, here we go. Okay. Anyways, like the Berenstein and Berenstein premise. Like it's where you remember one thing and it's not that no more. And that's how I felt about the popples. I'm like, I thought it was like, hey, I remember popples, and no one else remembered it. I'm like, I'm not crazy. So now I'm wondering, like, did I get moved back to my original universe where popples were a thing, and you're just that person that just remembered popples? Because I brought up to several people before, like people that are older than me, and I'm like, popples. They're like, what? I'm like, little creatures that turn into a ball, bounce around the house,
Yep.
different colors.
I had the purple one. I had the yellow one.
I had the yellow one. The only one I had too. Hell, even the VH set, I think it was a burnt VHS set of it. We didn't have the money for the actual VHSs of them. I think my mom ripped like 1 or 2 episodes for me, and I just watched that one over and over and over again. As a kid, because well, we were kind of poor. I don't know. We were all right. We weren't like struggling, but we were definitely that state of where ripping stuff was the thing.
On that note of people remembering things and you feeling like you finally got back to yourself, I'm gonna ask you: do you remember a movie?
Okay.
It's a cartoon movie.
Cartoon.
Along the lines of Transformers and GoBots. It was called Rock Lords.
Rock Lords, yes. But
thank God I am not the only person in the world that knows what that is.
But problem is, where do I remember it from? It was a really old 90s cartoon movie.
It was a movie, yes. Yeah.
Oh boy, howdy. I'm looking at this right here. Holy, I think I had the two-headed creature. I don't know, I've had some weird toys in my day and age, and sometimes I'll be like, what is this from? Like the bargain bin.
I had Granite, Nugget, and the bad guy with the mohawk. I had those 3.
For those who are wondering, we're talking about this right here. I'm bringing up for y'all to see right now. For those of you who are looking at the screen, Let me move this actually in the middle of the screen, probably a little bit better than just right here. But anyways, this is a old movie, definitely can tell, and it looks like a bit of like looks like Transformers meets like humanoids and then monsters, more like He-Man meets Transformers. And you could definitely tell this is the day and age. For those who do not know, at one time, every TV channel and everybody back in the industry day were trying to hit the toy market. Toy market was huge. And they would literally make shows and movies just to sell toys. And this right here is not a prime example of that. Boy howdy, like this looks like they just went, toys in this series are really popular and toys in this series are really popular. Let's just do this. And make them. Oh man. Just 90s cartoons and movies were just, I wouldn't say the best, but entertaining nowadays and kind of hysterical is also right around that bin. I can't really say there's many shows that I watched back then that most people didn't watch. Now, there was one show that I thought it was a show, but like my mind is like I remember like Street Sharks, Ninja Turtles, but I remember Battletoads. I remember, and I could have sworn there was, but I can never seem to find it. I know you're pretty sure you probably know the game of Darkstalkers with the little cat girl and the vampire. I thought there was a TV series out there of them, and I remember watching like 3-4 episodes, and I can never seem to find it. I can find the movies. Movies not a problem. The TV show, and I remember the TV show, the animation was kind of janky, but I can never find it online. And I don't know if it's just one of those things that's just lost to the time because, you know, the progression of technology was not able to get that in digital form in time. And it's just like you can only find it in VHS, you know, and no one's ever took the time to digitalize it. Or was it just another thing my childhood brain has formulated in his head to think, oh, that was a TV show. In reality, it was just a movie that was just really poorly done. But anyways, so I've been meaning to ask you this, and something gave me somewhat of an idea. So how did he take to the ice cream? Well, milkshake. Let's get to that little conversation right there.
To begin with, he was kind of like, his face was kind of like, what? Wait, what? You actually went and got it? With like the shock and awe of like, holy crap, you went all the way to Orlando and got it.
Now,
and then
explain this shake again for just those who just maybe missed last episode, which sure you could watch that, by the way, or go listen.
So me and Stealthy made a trip all the way to Toothsome Chocolate Factory at City Walk in Orlando, Florida, to get a milkshake that was requested of us by my grandfather. On a normal basis, we probably wouldn't do that for just anybody. It's a lot of money for gas and all that stuff just to go down there. Plus, it's 4 hours.
How? Just give me a rough estimate. Don't have to go down to the nickels and dimes here. How much would you say that cost you in total? Just rough estimate. If you already know the full amount, right at go, you know, an idea, a roundabout, a ballpark. There we go.
$250.
$250. And what made this milkshake unlike any other? Like, could you just not maybe just do what my wife does every time you're like, oh, I would really like to have, and just go Google how to make it yourself?
You can't. They don't. It won't be the same.
Well, yes, it's never the same. Let's just be honest. It's never the same.
It's a secret. And there's no way to pull off the visual part of it at home with what we have.
Okay. I heard that you might have frozen a little bit.
Yeah.
The salt and rocks
Mm,
was a little too good.
yeah. I made sure that it wasn't gonna, or should I say, me and Stealthy made sure that it wasn't going to melt. She bought a really nice cooler, and I did what any man that has been on a hot fishing trip has done, and uh, put salt and ice together in a cooler to make a solid block of ice around it, and it stayed frozen all the way home.
Frozen. That's the word.
Fro-
Frozen.
Frozen. We took it out of the cooler the day we were going down to his house, halfway to his house,
Should have took
and
the
it was
entire
frozen.
day.
Yeah, it was frozen when we got there. Um, like there was literal ice on the bottom of the cup. Like,
A little too good.
so yeah. But after sitting for a few hours at his house, he was able to enjoy a little bit of it before we left, and I think the biggest thing for him was he was in so much awe that somebody would go out of their way to get him something like that. And like I said, normally we probably wouldn't have, but due to his circumstances right now, there's not a whole lot I'm going to tell him no to.
Well, yeah, it's the at least you can do kind of mentality. Like, it's
Well,
something.
that and you know Stealthy well enough by now that when Stealthy makes a promise,
Just keep it to it.
yeah, you damn right. Even if it cost her every penny she's got.
That's redeemable. My wife actually asked me about that stuff the other day. She was asking like, does Stealthy stream anymore? Does she get on anymore? I'm like, she's a working woman now. When she does get
She
on,
does.
it's on for a little bit, and then when she does stream, every now and then she does what she can. So those who have not caught one of her streams yet, even though we keep on advertising to her thing, give her time. She doesn't get to stream as much as she used to, but that's because she's a working woman. So she loves her job though,
Yeah, she enjoys it.
and that's
And after
good.
meeting her boss, he's pretty good cat.
Like that's so hard to find a job that you are actually like proud of yourself, you are happy for yourself, you actually look forward to actually working and doing that job, not just doing that job because you need that paycheck stub. And
Right. Yeah.
so
It's
hard.
like she was discussing with me the other day. Rush is coming up again for him, and she's like, the only thing I don't like about my job is rush, and that's only because it's just wall to wall from start to stop. It's not what I'm doing. It's not, or, it's just the amount you have to do. But she's like, I get through it because after rush, it's back to normal business.
Yeah. Which is just one of those things. Everybody has that day or season that's just horrible. Like my last job, we had a rush season, but we also had a hot season. And that was like literally going into a sauna. On top of the fact that my specific area that I worked in was right next to the ovens that dried off the parts, right next to it. And it was
Mm-hmm.
right next to the part where the parts came out of the oven, not like they were taken off the racks to put it on the thing where they're already cooled off. No, they were coming out of the oven, so the heat was permissing off of that, and our
Mm-hmm.
fans were not suited. So it's kind of think. Okay, for those who are wondering here, think of our location like a PC, a computer. Cooling comes in. That's where it's most cool. Hot air is inside the PC. You need to make sure your air going out the PC is as much as is quicker, so the heat doesn't accumulate inside of it. We were the parts inside the computer, and the heat was accumulated because the fans that were in that building were so old and so rusty, and the fan blades weren't as optimal for moving air as fast as they need to. So the air was not moving out the building as fast as it could. But fans are on. I'm like, yeah, but you know how old those damn things are? Probably older than me. Probably as old as this building.
Yep.
And they were like, you should be fine. You're giving me fans. They're literally like there was like 3 fans. Literally, they were right above the racks of the heating part or heated parts. They were blowing. I'm like, you know what they're pulling that air from? From the hot area, and now you're blowing it over to us. It's not moving air fast enough. I kept on saying that, but no one ever listened to me. I was like, this is about the but yeah, I had pride in that job, but it was only pride because I was good at what I did and also the money. That was like really my only pride. Like I'm good at what I do and I make good money. But otherwise, I had like no pride in that game or no joy in that job. I don't I'm sure you probably find joy in your job, right? You seem like you other than the rough days, mind you, everybody has those, but
Other than the rough days, yeah, I enjoy what I do.
you take you do you take people say pride is a bad thing, but um you can have some kind of get in your step when you wake up in the morning and you go to your job. Unlike most people, my wife doesn't have that. I didn't surely didn't have that. I didn't really like, oh yeah, I get to go to work. It's more like, oh well, guess I'm gonna clock in and make more money. I didn't have no happiness behind it.
Yeah, most days I get up and I'm kind of like, okay, let's go get it done. You know, just see what the guys has got in store for me today. And I'm good and I'm happy. And then there's some days where you know what's coming and
Well,
you're
yeah.
just like, really, do I got to get the hell out of the bed today? Can I not just like, oh, I'm feeling rough.
Oh yeah, that's the day. Just but that's like my wife. She's going back to school to become a nurse. And she's doing it for the money, and I know that's what she's doing it for. But if she was up to her, she would rather be either taking out people's eyeballs, being in a morgue. She likes that kind of thing for some reason. She likes a little bit more of that side of thing where people she don't have to deal with living people. But being a nurse, she has to live with living people, and she don't like that idea. I'm like, as long as you are happy what you're doing, that's all I really care about. The money's nice, don't get me wrong, but I'd much rather be happy while you have money than have money and be just miserable. Of course, she would love to be a veterinarian. Absolutely would love the heck out of it. Um,
Absolutely.
boy, howdy. Like, okay, was there like she told me when she wanted to be younger, she wanted to be a forget. I wish she was in here. She's supposed to be in here right now. She's supposed to be joining me today, but she's not. She's dealing with something right now. She wanted to be someone when she was younger. What do you have a dream when you were younger? What you wanted to be? Like, everybody has when a kid, but like at one
Yeah.
point, do you like ever really had a thought in your mind? I want to be
I
that.
legitimately, when I was younger, I legitimately wanted to be a music instructor at a school.
Are you still able to write music?
Yeah, I can write music.
Well, you want to write a song or music or a lyrical whatever jam for this shadow, go right ahead. Because that's
Okay.
one thing I am not very good at. I said the other day, I posted on my Twitter about all the things I do for my channel, which is a lot more than most people do, and people don't realize it. But one thing I cannot do for my channels is make my own music. I'm not music inclined at all. Like, none of my bone. I can dance, but I can't write music.
Yeah, I can still write music. I've sat down and piddled with a few things here and there over the years, but it's like all things. I was heading that direction until the wind got knocked out of my sail by other people's, and it's really hard to push back into it, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I definitely the push my cells out of mine or the wind out of my cells is boy howdy. I wanted to be a either game designer and draw the characters or whatever, or be an anime. I wanted to draw anime, which is really hard to do in the States considering anime is not American based. Cartoons are, but not anime. So it's really hard to be an anime when you're not in the country from which they are made in. Or unless you're in Brazil. I forget what other country. Cuba? There's another country out there, like literally a lot of companies like send their animes to a foreign country to have them make it, and they're really good at drawing anime, but they still say it's anime, even though it's drawn by a Brazilian artist. So okay, so we had Christmas this past week. For everybody you all had a safe and wonderful Christmas. Happy New Year's for those who are watching this on New Year's Day. I hope you're safe. Don't drink and drive, please. What'd you get for Christmas?
Oh, okay. So
Try to get a little through that one.
here we go. Here's one thing.
What am I looking at here?
This is a jacket.
Okay.
This is a jacket that Stealthy got me.
Okay. I'm seeing it, but the viewers listening may not. That's what I'm trying.
It is a blue jean jacket from the Hard Rock Hotel Cafe.
What kind of style is it? Would you say?
I
would say it kind of reminds me of Fabio, or not Fabio.
You mean Fonzie?
Fonzie, yeah, Fonzie style.
Fonzie, the Fonz style, yeah, I would say so. And then, of course, if anybody's been watching me on the stream, I've been drinking out of this thing the whole time.
Was that a Christmas gift or just like something you just went, my Christmas?
No. She got this for me.
Okay, so she actually snuck it. Gotcha. Thirsty boy.
Yeah, she pays more attention to what I'm looking at in the store than I realize.
Man, I'm glad she's not my wife because she's paid attention to what I'm looking at in the store. She'd be like, I can't buy that for you. I know you can't, honey. I know you can't.
On the top shelf there, you'll see that there's 2 new pops at the top. One of them's actually a gift for a friend, but on the left side, on your left side, there is a new pop of Weiss from Ruby.
Okay, from Ruby and them. Okay, so
yeah. So she got me that.
How far are you getting to Ruby, by the way? I have not finished it.
I've watched everything that they've got out right now.
I was very disappointed with them after they fired that one voice actor. I won't get into that though.
But yeah, I mean, if you look up there, I have Blake and I have the hooded version and unhooded version of Ruby, and then she bought me Weiss. So
okay, so you do collect quite a few pops. Pops are like they're figurines, but they're kind of cookie cutter. I like them. Don't get me wrong. I have a few of them myself. I just do believe some of them literally look like they just been like. Some of them are unique, but some of them are just here's a generic pop and they just painted a different color. And those are the ones I get really upset about. Cause like my Krillin one and my Frieza one almost look 1-to-1. It was not for the paint job on it.
Okay, so check this out. I told you once before that I was looking for a specific pop and hadn't been able to find it. I was looking for the Darth Vader pop that was actually holding a lightsaber, not the candy cane like for the Christmas version.
Yeah.
But the lightsaber. Haven't found that thing in forever.
Did we
finally see?
Did I ever tell you about the pop we sold?
No.
Okay, I'll talk about that afterwards. Go ahead, go on.
Never seen it until the other night when we were coming home with the milkshake and we stopped at the gas station.
Gas station?
Stopped at the gas station, used the restroom, and they have, those, the games that has the little key. You make it go out, and then the key turns, and then it comes back to you. And if the key hooks it, it drops it, right?
Yeah.
Darth Vader pop was in it, and I had no cash.
So how'd you get it?
I didn't. That's the rub. I couldn't find it for
mother of pearls
for freaking years. Walk into this gas station, there it is, and I have no cash, and I don't even have a chance to get it. Jasmine Stealthy looks at me and goes, "Baby, I'm sorry, I shouldn't even have walked you back here."
Oh, that is a swift kick in the nuts.
So depressed on the way home. I was like, I cannot believe I've been looking for this pop all this time, and when I finally see it, it's in a friggin' game, and I have no cash.
That is life for you in every scenario. Like you want something so bad, you look, and even when you find it, it's still out of your reach. But the only thing that's really stopping you a lot of times in life is just money. That's just the root of all evil. Just what's stopping you? Money. A lot of times it's always, well, you want to do that thing in life? Well, guess what? You need money. So you can't go do that thing, or you can't go buy that thing, or you can't go achieve that thing because you need money to do it. Boy, howdy.
I
But
started to look at Stealthy and say, "You reckon if I walk up there and tell them I've got a debit card and I'll pay you what the pop actually costs, if they would open it up, just give
they'll
me
probably
the damn thing?"
say, "Oh, we don't have the key to that, honey. So sorry. You can do a withdrawal, or like not a withdrawal, like a what's like every time you go to a machine and you go, would you like to take X amount of money on top of this payments of these groceries?"
A cashback option.
Yeah, cash back or cash whatever withdrawal. You could do that, but there's gonna be a $5 charge on your card if you do it. Oh, goodness gracious.
What was that, sweetie?
We can't hear her.
Yeah, that's right. She said we weren't using the debit card. We were using the credit card at that point. So.
Oh, dude, good gracious. But anyways, we had a pop figurine, a Boba Fett. I think it was a Boba Fett's pop figurine of 138. I could be wrong. Okay, so we looked up online on eBay, and everybody else was selling their Boba Fetts. We did an auction one. Everybody else was selling theirs for like $13 or $15. Right? Okay. And we showed the front of it. It was in pretty good condition, though. I have opened it one time, but otherwise it's in good condition. There's a little bit of a damage in one corner of the box because it's in a box. And like we took pictures of the bottom of it, took pictures of the front of it, took pictures of the side, the whole 9 yards. Took picture of all around it. And my wife puts it on eBay and starts selling it. Well, the first day was no hits. It wasn't prior to the second or third day we got a hit on there. Somebody went from the $13 to $25. And they hit up my wife going, "I really want this. I've been looking at this for a while. Let me buy it from you now." And we're like, "Well, we can't do that because that's against eBay's policy." I don't know if you ever looked at that before, but you cannot contact the seller and ask them to just let them buy it underneath the table or outside of it. They have to, go through the eBay. So like, okay, we can't do nothing about that. And then the third day we went up from like $25 to $40. It was like, okay. There's cheaper ones on eBay that you can get for about $13, $14. Are you sure about this? Like, are you cool about this? Like, yeah, I really want it. I'm like, okay. And my wife, several days it goes by and it goes to 40, to 50, to 60, to 70, 80. And at this point, we're like, is something special about ours that we just don't know? Like, what's so special about this normal size 138, I believe that's the number, pop figurine of Boba Fett? Like, there was nothing unique about this thing that we were aware of. Like, was it a barcode number? Was it the paint job on it? Like, what's going on here? We bought this thing from GameStop when it first came out. Like, it wasn't like one of one on the shelf either. It was like there was like 3 others on there. So we just grabbed one and bought it because back this time my wife was liking Boba Fett for some reason. And it got to $100 and $120 and it's sold. About $120 some on eBay, plus shipping. We still do not know why this person wanted this so bad, and it was like 2 or 3 people fighting for it. So they kept on overdoing each other, and it was like they were so happy about getting this pop figurine of Boba Fett that we still don't know why. And if we had some like special clover in our hand and we just gave it away, like that thing could have been worth 3 times that price, because they were dogpiling on this figurine that we were so lost. Like, that was such good money at a great time in our life, but it made no sense. Like, we bought it from a GameStop for $13. And we were selling
Kind of like that reminds me of a book that Stealthy bought me. You ever heard of the oh goodness gracious, what's the name of that
it's a
series?
book. I don't very much know a lot about books.
It was Jesus. Sweetheart, what's the name of the books that you found you bought that one that was signed from the store? You found it? hold on, she's gonna bring it here. But basically, we were in a Books a Million,
Okay.
and Stealthy was going through books, and I was into this book series. So she was checking out these books in the book series at the time. Anyway, she pulls it out, and lo and behold, it's signed by the author.
Signed.
Yes.
Well,
It-
that's unique.
Yeah, it was what was the name of the book series? Aragon.
Aragon.
The
I
book
should know that
series.
one. I should know that.
So there was, I think, The Inheritance, the book The Inheritance, whichever volume it was,
Yeah.
or Bersinger, whichever one. It was one of those two. But anyway, she pulled it off the shelf of Books a Million and was, thumbing through it and flips it over, and there's the author's signature.
Okay, so there's my thing. This is my problem with some signatures. Some of them are printed embedded. Some of them are
This is ink.
I know, but like some of them are made to look like legitimate ink, and some of them like you can tell by like the little bit of a glimmer in one or two spots that it's actually been like written on by a pen.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's handwritten.
Handwritten. It was.
It was not printed. It was not printed.
It wasn't neat. It wasn't very like
no.
The consistency of the pen wasn't very consistent. Like there's several ways of finding out like if it's legit. But anyways, so the price of this thing.
The last book in the series.
Hang on, she's got the books in her hand.
I'd say you need to bring me to the library. I just and remember, the viewers cannot see. Well,
right. I'm just
see,
trying
to
to
see, but not everybody.
But yeah, unless it got put into the box set in there that's put in the cedar chest, could have got swapped out. So don't worry about it. Here, don't worry about it. It's okay. I can describe it without showing it to him.
Yeah.
Anyway, we have more than one set of this series of books because one set was meant for me to read, and the other set was meant for me to collect.
Yeah, okay.
And I'm thinking that
whichever like hardcover, soft cover.
Yeah, well, no, they're all hardbacks. I do not buy softbacks. Hang on. Yeah, here you go.
It was Bersinger.
Not to mention, it's a different color ink too.
Okay, so that's another way of figuring out whether that's been.
That's blue ink versus black printed.
Oh, okay, and it's printed. It looks like a little bit of lines are over the black ink, so like that literally, if it was already printed, if it was printed on there, they would not print it over the words on the actual page.
Right.
So
yeah, it does. It does loop up over some of the words at the bottom of the title there. Yeah, she just pulled it off the shelf and was thumbing through it, and she flips it over and she sees it, and I see her shut the book real fast. She looks around, she says, "We got to buy this book," and hands it to me. I'm like, okay. I'm like, can I? She's like, "Do not open that book until we get out of this place. We do not want anybody to see what you have in your hand."
I like a little golden treasure.
I'm like confused, happy because I'm getting the book I want, but very confused. And we go out there to the car. She's like, "All right, now open it up." Now open it up. I was like, "Holy crap!"
So, okay. Do you remember how much that would go for? Did you even bother looking it up?
No, I've never looked up what the book would go for with the signature, but I know what we paid for it.
So you never looked up the price. Well, that'd be probably for the best. Like it's not always about the price of it, but though the price of it would give it a sense of like pride to it. But it's what you yourself and you enjoy. Like I would love to have a signed signature of anything from the Outlaw Star artist. And like, it could be his album, it could be his artwork, it could be his figurines. I wouldn't care. As long as it's Outlaw Star or something, give it to me and I would frame
I
it.
have one more. I want to show you. I know
Okay.
they can't see it. We'll describe it, but give me just a minute to grab it. Just keep going while I get it.
But I would say you can still hear me. Yeah, just your headset's wireless. Why are you worried about it? Anyways, so you bought that brand new. Just for those who are wondering, I just got me something brand new for myself. For my my mom got it for me for my Christmas, and this is this jacket right here. For those you cannot see, it's a green tunic style jacket from Zelda. It's not actually from the games itself. It's a stylized Zelda. It has a few little a cute little tremons, if you might want to say, or little embossing of some of the Zelda Zelda not figures, but icons or logos on it, and has a little tapered hoodie and a logo inside of it of the Wind Waker. But anyways, so this jacket, she bought it from Amazon, brand new. Okay, brand new jacket from Amazon. Notice the word I say new here. Okay, so I get it in, and I'm like thinking like how much she's paying for this thing, because I know I saw it on another website for $80. Same size jacket. It was used, but I'm like, it's just a jacket. She can get the jacket for cheaper online as long as she shops around. I thought my mom would know that. My wife would give her that website if she were to buy this jacket. She would at least get it for way cheaper. I'm not gonna say how much this jacket was. If you want to look it up, go look it up yourself online. You eventually find it somewhere. So I put it on, and there's pockets in the front of it, and then pockets above it. So I'm start pulling her things and pulling around the jacket, and I noticed there's an inside pocket jacket. Or inside pocket, inside of it, of course, because, for those who are hiding the wallet or hiding whatever they need inside of it, so people can't just come by and just take whatever they want out of it. And I unzip it, and I put my hand in there, and I grab something. I'm like, what the heck? I'm not supposed to be grabbing anything. I grab it, it's crinkly. It feels like paper. I pull it out, I open it up, it's a GameStop receipt. That someone purchased something from GameStop and put the GameStop receipt in the jacket pocket and sent it back to Amazon. And then Amazon sold it to my mom, which came to me new, what they obviously a receipt inside of it showing it's not new because somebody wore the thing because the GameStop receipt was in the pocket. So like, yeah, new. Very new. Sure, Amazon. It's still a great condition though. Like, yeah, it's like, you could tell this jacket was so very little worn. They maybe wore like 1 or 2 times. And this went, I really need that money back because that game I just bought or thing I just bought from GameStop was probably outside my budget. I need that money back. How am I going to do that? Well, I'm going to send back this jacket. Who needs it? Yeet. Oh, my receipt. Hope we didn't return that item back because I'm not giving you the receipt. Had the name on it, everything, and the points. I go to GameStop, go, yeah, I want to redeem these points. Yeah, all of them. Right now. If I was a douchebag. Anyways, what's what you got?
So, I can't remember if I've ever told you who my favorite author is.
Particularly, I know, because I'm not a very book person. I'm more of a manga.
My favorite author is R.A. Salvatore.
Never heard of him.
wrote a set of books for Forgotten Realms and Dungeons and Dragons, based on a character named Drizzt Do'Urden.
Drizzt Do'Urden. Okay.
Yeah, he's a dark elf. I spent a lot of time reading these books. Like I have probably 20 of his books on this guy.
You ever played D&D?
Yep.
Okay.
Anyway, so this is a signed book from him.
D&D logo, I see it down there.
So, this book come from him, sent to me.
Okay.
He signed it, sent it to me. I started reading these books when I was in my teens, I guess.
Uh-huh.
And then one day took to the notion that I would just email him just because I was a fan.
And he actually reciprocated?
He replied.
Wow,
So
that's
over the past few years, there's been a few times where I've emailed him. He's replied back to me. I've asked him a question. He'd reply back, "Yeah, I know. I think it's kind of weird," or something that we would discuss.
yeah.
So when he decided to open up a web page that would basically advertise, "Hey, out of my books, I'm selling signed copies of these this month,
Yeah.
and signed copy of these." I got an advanced link before everybody else, and that's how I got this book.
Okay, so you were on a almost first name basis with very well, I wouldn't say I don't know very well known Arthur, because I don't know Arthur or authors other than like Lord of the Rings and Game of
He
Thrones and Star
also
Wars. Like that's pretty much like
he
my
also helped George Lucas write some of the Star Wars books.
actually Star Wars actually was a ripoff of another person's book, and he just took that book and rewrote it and did his own little twist to it. Of course, like that's pretty much like like anybody really out there as an artist. You take someone else's idea and you twist it and morph it into something your idea. And you may change one or two things around and names and imageries and thoughts, and it becomes its own thing. But like if you're really like a nitpicky, you can say, yeah, you stole from me. So a lot of people are like, well, it's not really one to one, but a lot of similarities. But that's pretty much art in a binder, really. It's
Yeah.
art is
Well,
always one to one in some way.
yeah, nobody. I mean, you. There comes a point where, like, if you really want to get down to the nitty gritty, anybody that draws an anatomically correct figure is technically then stealing from the first person that drew a medical diagram of a body.
Yeah. And some
So yeah, in some facets. So there's always going to be some overlap. It's just how much of that overlap before you say, wait, now hold on. Some of that is actually mine. I put that there, and now you're taking it and putting it into yours.
Yeah, that'd be like saying I take everything that makes Luke Skywalker, and even the name, and just put another book and go, yeah, Luke Skywalker. No, it's not your Luke Skywalker. It's my Luke Skywalker. Even though past, present, and future are all the same, and coincidence of events are all the same, it's still not your Skywalker. I'm like, no, that would be like, no, that's definitely my Skywalker. But if you were to twist it just a little bit and maybe not have his uncle and aunt die, and maybe his mommy and daddy are not like, gone forever or evil, something change, you maybe still say Skywalker, even though Skywalker's a very iconic name, it's just a point of reference here. That would still be a bit of a change, not to convey it away from the original, where it's its own little art. Of course, art is subjective. So, what's up,
Have
man?
you seen that GIF where they took this scene where Padme had fell out onto the sands and they were hovering over her with the ship. Anakin and Obi-Wan were in the ship and she had fell out onto the sand. Have you seen the GIF?
No.
The guy literally put air bubbles in there for conversations, and it's like, look, you don't have to follow her, Anakin. We have the high ground. And then Anakin goes, screw you, Padme! We have the high ground! And they fly away.
That is pretty smart. That's
Shit.
okay.
Yeah, that's I thought it was hilarious because the implication of the fact that if he had left her there, his feelings might have calmed down a little bit, and he might not have went so ape.
Yeah, maybe a little bit. Also, it would have been as creepy. Goodness gracious, that just like it may not have been a sip. Let me just put it like that.
Hey, it wasn't creepy. I mean, she wasn't that much older than him.
Oh goodness gracious! It's like saying the prequels where the old girl starts hitting on what's his name? I'm forgetting. The prequels were horrible.
Han?
No, not Han. It was
Luke?
Luke. I think it was Luke and the girl, the princess, and like when they first met, he was literally a little boy, and she was literally like a teenager, almost like queen. And then
Yeah, that's Padme and Anakin.
yeah, Padme and Anakin.
And she was 15 at that time, and he was 8, if I
Yeah.
remember right.
And then years pass by, and now he's like of age, and she's like tiger eyeing his ass, like I'm gonna fuck him. Like, wow.
I can't complain about that because of the age difference between me and Stealthy. Okay, so I'm a dog in this fight.
Oh man, I've always thought that was like people like, man, that's so. Of course, like there's people right now complaining about. Okay, there's a gentleman, and I have nothing to say here. I don't really know. Like some people may see it as bad. Some people may see it as romantic. Whatever you may see it as, I don't really have a foot in the race here. Like like you said. But then again, me and my wife are literally the same age, so like just a couple months apart. But anyway, there's a guy that was on Twitch that was hitting on a girl. He was 22, she was 17, and they were talking for a very long time. And just 1 year younger away from 18, 17. She's almost 18. So he was talking to her when he was 22, she was 17, and then when she came of age, she seeked him out, and people were like shaming this guy that was, going out with a girl like just like he was talking to a girl when she was 17. I'm like, I don't really understand. And people always say the whole cliche, like age is just a number. But the moment you'd say, they waited until she became illegal, it's the prior that made it evil the entire time. I thought it was sweet, but like, yeah, it's maybe a little weird, but it's only 1 year. Like, not that they were like having intercourse, right? They weren't, they probably shouldn't have been talking as much, but apparently he was also talking to several other girls. I don't know anything about them, their age at all.
Right.
I just know about this one situation. She was 17, he was 22. Okay, not really like legal, but as far as I understand, as long as they're not having intercourse, it's fine. I don't really know. That's as far as I got into the informational side of it. There might have been more to it that I'm not aware of, but to me, I think that's just. I knew people that done that before. I literally knew people that waited out several years, much longer, to get together. And then when they finally got together, like no one batted an eye. But I guess since this guy's very well known and popular, it wasn't very much looked upon in a good light. It was very frowned upon. And
I can see that.
I think this is bad. Of course. Some states' laws are different. I'm not gonna say anything in Mississippi, Florida, but I don't live there. I don't have to worry about that kind of stuff. But yes, speaking of simps here, real quick, I love saying that word because I guess I don't know. This was girl actually today. It's actually just today I found out there was a girl on Twitch that she was looking at some of her clips. Now she's a very musical oriented girl, but she's also very pretty, okay? She's a very pretty girl. Apparently she's very musical inclined. And she was complaining that about all of her clips, and one of her clips were top clip on Twitch. So I'm like, when you go watch a clip, right? I don't know if you watch clips on Twitch or yourself. When you go watch a clip, after the clips are done, they'll show you another clip you might be interested in, the top clip of the day or whatever. And she saw one of her clips, and it wasn't one of her clips of her doing something like, interesting. It was literally a clip of her in almost let's say showing a large portion of her body or of her of her thighs and hips, and it was very sensual. That she wasn't naked, she just was very sensual clothing, and she was like upset, like, why is that not my best clip? Why is it on #1 clips? Why is this like, oh my god, because I'm a girl, the struggles of being a girl. I'm like, I don't see that. It's like, if that's what got you on the top, at least you're not showing you should not going naked. at least you're not.
That's true.
At least you're not going naked like some people on Twitch. You're just people saw you in your really, in your sensual clothes. They liked it, so they clipped it, and now people are seeing you in maybe not the light you want to be seeing, but let's just be honest here. people, it's genetically proven that, if you're a pretty person, people will oogle you a little bit more and know of you a little bit more. I would like to think I'm a handsome man. I'm pretty sure you think the same, but yeah, I don't see anybody oogling me. So if I had that opportunity, I wouldn't just go, "Oh my God, woe is me," because I'm a man. I don't know. How do you think about that? If somebody caught you in your vulnerable moments and clipped it, would you be ashamed?
Not at all. But then
No.
again, I'm not very no. But then again, I'm not very bashful anyway.
Yeah, I just have to say, we said, cover all your kids. They were frustrating the same toy I had when I was 9. He said he was 17 and 18 times, so no, we haven't met yet. Yeah, I would say so. But again, if y'all, I'm reading what Stealthy said. If y'all would have met each other back then and then like talked to each other and like never like had any pursuit for each other or anything like that, or any interactions, and then got met each other many years gone by, and then found each other's in each other's arms, it would have been like, that would have been, no one would have batted an eye. But the moment that you had said, "Oh yeah, we first met when she was such and such age," people would be like, "Oh my God, that's horrible."
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say the age here because that's not my place to say otherwise, but I don't know. People always say age is a thing, like I said before, and romanticize the whole, like, waiting for someone and being there for someone and waiting years and years and years. And then when the years are finally up, it's like, well, now it's fine. But the moment you tell them how long you've been waiting and at what age, they're like, "Oh my God, this is dash thee, thou shalt not be evil sinning." Even though I don't see nowhere in the Bible saying that that was a evil thing. I'm pretty sure people back in the day, of course, I have proof of that. Play people in the Catholic religion married, well, way before they were legal nowadays. And
Yeah.
Catholic Church,
In the Bible, there were women being put into marriage at 13, 14, 15, some younger than that, depending upon the deals that were made for what land, what, livestock, what title, whatever.
yeah. And
I mean,
nowhere saying that's a sin, but good Lord, you tell me somebody nowadays, they would chop your head off with his head, or anything else that he might have. And just the times have changed, but people still say that kind of romanticism is dead, and I can see it somewhat. But again, I don't have a leg in that race at all. My wife is literally the same age as I am. I've dated girls younger than me, and I've dated like 1 or 2 girls older than me. But most of the time, the girls older than me were like very short lived. Like we may dated like a week or two. I never could date a girl older than me for very long because she always got rid of me. She always got rid of me. Always for an older guy too. Like, "You're cute, I like you, but there's an older guy that I've been waiting for a while now. He's single now, so bye." But if the young girls got me, man, the young girls, they were. I'm not gonna say what they were, but they were fiending for me, and I was like, "Can't, sorry, sorry, can't do it," because shotgun. Your parents. I lived in the South, so those parents weren't playing around. Weren't playing around at all. Anyways, let's see. We are there though. So we're gonna call here. Is there anything you want to talk about, or anything you want to say before we round this scene up?
no, just, hey guys, y'all be safe during the New Year's festivities. Make sure that you do what you need to do to keep yourself and your family safe. Have a good time. Enjoy yourself. If you get a chance, spread the word about the podcast, please. It'll help us tremendously and keep us going so that we can keep you guys entertained.
Yeah, and go ahead and hit right below the video, right down here is the like button. Please go hit that right now. Hit it. Come on, hit it. And hit that subscribe button while you're down there. Also, leave a comment if you wouldn't mind. There's also a share link, so please share this with your family, your friends, coworker. It doesn't matter. Pass the shit out of them. I don't care. Please let them know. Please get let name around. I'm hoping y'all enjoying what we're doing on the channel. Hope y'all enjoying this podcast. Again, the more people we get interested in this podcast, maybe someday we'll bump up the time to longer. I don't know, but we need show of support, not just by the people that are here live on stream on Wednesday at 5 p.m. Central American Time here at Twitch.tv, not Twitch, YouTube at Grumpy Beat Gaming. Go, just in case. But please share this around. Please tell your friends. You don't know what they might like until you ask, until you try. Okay, just put it out there. There's we're on episode, what is it, 10 now? So they have 9 episodes they can watch. So got a lot of way to go. And of course, always come check me out on my Twitch channel here in a couple minutes or so at twitch.tv/Grumpy Bear. I will be playing with my wife because she will be joining me now because she was supposed to be here on the podcast. Or Twitch.tv/Stealth. They have Jade for Corvo's wife whenever she does go live. Hopefully you'll be going live. You were supposed to go live for the Zelda tournament. You didn't do that. I noticed that, by the way.
So that was kind of put on hold with the 8 hours there, 8 hours back, run over here kind of thing.
I can see that. And of course, you might want to find out from Stealthy what you had planned for me, but then you forgot. Anyways, just a little reminder, just because I just want to torture you. Anyways,
still have it. I still have stuff planned for you. I just haven't got it there yet.
But anyways, thank you for showing up tonight. Thank you for being here. Y'all have a wonderful night. And as always, you have a good day. Have a good night. Have a happy New Year's.
Yes, sir.
And have a wonderful life. Much love, y'all. Bye.
Bye.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. And that's in.